Alright, hi everybody, this is Ali Akbarian, your resident road safety expert from Mobility Engineering, back again for another Q&A. Thank you very much for sending your questions. This is a very special Q&A. Before I just get started, hit that subscribe button down there somewhere. Help us get to 1,000 subscribers. We'd love your support on that. And today's Q&A is a very special one. We're here with Amy from Sunrise Medical, and we are in the premises of Sunrise Medical. We've been sent a question in regards to a recent talk that Amy did at our conference earlier this year, and we'll put some links to the videos on the conference below. It was a great conference, so a lot of people had some wonderful feedback, and Amy's talk was very well received as well. And there was a follow-up question from that, so we just thought we'd come out here and get Amy to clarify for us and get some more info about some of the wonderful wheelchairs here as well. So the question was around the smaller aged people travelling in these, or well, not necessarily age, but sized people travelling in these wheelchairs. So there was something around the lines, or a follow-up question was around the lines of someone who is less than 23 kilos cannot travel in a standard chair and would need some sort of specialist options. And basically they wanted to clarify, one, did they hear that right? Because they have seen a lot of people travelling in a lot of smaller people travelling in the chairs. So what's the rules and regulations around that? And then what options are there for those people that are less than 23 kilos? So over to Amy.
Perfect. Hey, thanks for coming and thanks for shooting this video. We appreciate it. So in the conference, I spoke about both the ISO standard and the WC19 standard, which talks about wheelchair and WTOS transport within the chair. And what that entails is 4 tie-down locations, so there'll be 2 on either side, and then a 5th vehicle to occupant restraint. And that particular standard, whether it be the European or the US version, only applies to patients over 23 kilos. The minute they're under 23 kilos, it falls to a different type of situation that we have here in the Voyage. So you'll see we still have the 4 transit tie-down brackets onto the mobility device, but when they're less than 23 kilos, you're going to need the manufacturer, the product's actual H harness. So it'll have the H harness like we see in car seats, that harness that will keep the child safe within the mobility base, and then you're just relying on the 4 tie-downs for the mobility base. Difference being, when we get bigger, whether it be in a tilt-in-space chair or in a power chair, you need that additional vehicle to occupant restraint. Yes, we just haven't tested that with little guys and 23 kilos or less.
Yeah, so that's really, really important. What Amy's talking about is the restraint needs to come from so less than 23 kilos, the restraint can come from the actual seat. Yep. But above 23 kilos, it comes from the vehicle. And that's basically what we find is and I guess that's actually a lot of talks that I've also spoken about as well. So that's a good point, is that when I speak and when we talk about transporting people in a wheelchair, the vehicle restraints all have to come off the actual vehicle. And when we're going under 23 kilos, a lot of the questions we get is, okay, well, what about travel strollers, which is one like that there. But as you can see, it looks sort of like a stroller from a baby shop or something like that, but as Amy pointed out, it's still got the tie-down points, even though you have the straps on the inside.
You also need that additional H harness for safe travel in a vehicle.
So I think that pretty much covers everything. So just to sort of quickly sum up, above 23 kilos, we can travel in one of these wheelchairs, either one of the power chairs or the manual chairs, and we are still restrained to the vehicle, but we're using a seatbelt that's not connected to the wheelchair. And under 23 kilos, we'd have a travel stroller like so, with the transit points, the tie downs, and the straps and H harnesses built into the actual chair.
Yep.
All right. Thank you very much, Amy, and thank you to Sunrise Medical. As we always say, hit that subscribe button down there and keep bringing your questions. We love getting the questions. Thanks very much.
See ya.